No fun. It's no fun. So say a guy is attractive, or you find them attractive. So then you don't think that they've been wanting to like be in a relationship with you, like they'd be commitment phobic, and that's a problem for you?
Yeah, like even if, yeah, I mean, I've found past, guys from my past attractive, the attraction was there. But they just, they just don't really, well, they don't really talk about their feelings. I guess guys in general don't talk about their feelings. I could be wrong. I found most of the guys I've dated don't really open up about their feelings. They're just having fun. So I don't even know where they see this going, how they feel about me, or really anything. So yeah, it never really comes up to that point. And then I see that they're no good for me anyway, and I'm like, all right, I'm out anyway, so it's good that they didn't commit, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, let's think about this here. So you don't know like what they're thinking. I mean, you want a guy to talk about his feelings though.
A little bit.
I think I've heard women say it's a test. And whenever a woman wants a guy to talk about his feelings, it's really just a test. Because if anything, it'll only make that guy look worse after he says it. It'll make him look more vulnerable or more weak or more something. And it'll kill the attraction to an extent, is what I would think. And so they say it's a test. Don't do it. And as a guy, I would say, you shouldn't be telling your girl your feelings anyway. You should have, if you really have problems in your life as a man, talk to other men. Talk to other men, because that woman has no experience with your problems. You're a man. How is she going to know what you're dealing with? How is she going to know from the angle of being a man what the hell's going on? But guess who does know? Another man.
Yeah. But what about feelings, talking about your feelings toward her? How you feel about her, and maybe where you see it going. Like, I feel like she deserves to know.
You feel that way, eh?
Like not right away, but like a few months down the line or something, you kind of need to know, like, are we on the same page? Like, am I wasting my time? Right?
I would say demonstrate, don't explicate. And so
that actions are important too, absolutely.
And so a guy named Rollo Tomasi says that, demonstrate, don't explicate. And actions can do way more for that than words ever could.
Yeah.
And as a guy, it's like you give her too much of that stuff, I find it slackens the tension.
Too much what?
Too much of just talking your feelings. Oh, I love you so much.
Oh, if it's too much, then it's like, then I'm like, okay, I need to see some action, because then it's just words and I don't really believe it until I see the action. So I totally agree there. I think it should be a good balance though.
I think it works in the guy's favor when there's a little more mystery.
Yeah.
There's a little more aloofness. It makes you want that guy more, probably.
I can see that.
But like, so that's what I mean. If you give them too much of what they want, then it's like the cat that catches the ball of yarn. Like, and all of a sudden it's there, they don't care anymore.
Yeah. Like,
but when it's like a little out of reach, they're freaking loving that ball of yarn, trying to get it.
Now that's a game. And some girls like a game, and some girls are mature and tired of the games. But
Well, it's no coincidence that when they become tired of those games. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've had past relations where the guy was way too much with the feelings and stuff, to the point where he was maybe the girl and he felt like the girl in the relationship, and I was the independent one, and he became very needy, and I just couldn't meet it. Like, I really felt like the guy, like I couldn't meet his needs. It was never enough for him. Like, what do you want me to do? So it was like we reversed roles. That's unattractive.
Right.
I totally can see that.
So it's like there's a masculine and a feminine.
Exactly.
The masculine needs to have mission and purpose first, their goals, mission, etc. Feminine is more about like loving, bonding, family, get-togethers, nurturing, things along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I say guys got to have those things going for them first. And it's always best to have the woman trying to get his attention and get him to spend more time with her than the other way around. For that very reason you just said. Because like if the guy's all up in your shit, then it's like the woman doesn't like it. The woman's not, the roles are kind of reversing a little bit.
Yeah.
So that part's not too good.
Right.
And so it's got to have that mission first.
I agree. I do think a guy should pursue, though. So I guess there's like a balance of like.
Because in the beginning, right? So a woman doesn't want, she won't do the work in the beginning. Right?
Too much. I mean, you gotta show, girls, I realize in my experience, I'm like, maybe I gotta show more interest. Like maybe they just don't know, especially nowadays. I feel like guys are like, careful, is she even into me? So I'm like, all right, let me show some interest. It's okay for women to show some interest or to make some sort of move or give a green light.
Right.
But chasing a guy, no way. I'm a little bit old school, 100% Italian, traditional family, and I prefer to be 100% pursued, but I think it's okay if girls can give some green lights and make some moves, but yeah, I prefer the guy to, it's more masculine, in my opinion. It's just more masculine. Like, have I asked guys out in the past? Because nothing was working for me. There was a time where I'm like, what? Nothing's happening, so I'm just gonna ask guys out. So I went that way, and I was chasing. And I got them to go out with me, you know, and everything was good, but they didn't stick around. It never worked out. And I was like, this isn't working. It's clearly not working for me, so this isn't the right way either. You know? So, yeah.
I can see that. I mean,
Yeah.
when it comes to that, I think there's a way to pursue as a man in a masculine way,
Right.
where it's like, you gotta do it, you gotta show some effort, but just not be needy about it.
Exactly.
To not be approval seeking without it.
I agree with you.
And I think the problem a lot of guys run into is they can't do those things without being needy and codependent. And so it turns women off. It's a skill set to be able to
Yeah.
demonstrate those things without getting emotionally caught up in the outcome. Because that's what happens to a lot of people. They get caught up
The outcome.
and outcome dependent. They want things to go a certain
So
way,
true.
and then they get upset when it doesn't, or
Right.
resentful when it doesn't. So I've learned, for me, it's certainly a skill set to have to put in a little footwork, be playful, like a playful persistence kind of thing, as opposed to what I see a lot of guys do, a needy persistence,
Yeah.
a resentful persistence, a
Yes.
getting angry the woman's not responding the way I want her
Facebook
to
messages happen all the
persistence.
time.
Because those guys are expecting something in
Hi,
return.
hello, what's up? How's your day? Like, I'm not answering.
And they're talking to themselves in their inbox,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, every woman probably has one of those, if not 10 of those,
Yeah.
in their inboxes. And it's like, as a guy, though, I'd say, you can practice radical self-respect, but if you're getting no signals, you got to be socially calibrated enough to walk away and stop.
Right.
And now, it's interesting to what you said before, though, when you'll reach out, you used to show more interest and do more work.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, a guy will do it. A guy will hang out with you because he'll say, oh,